How's it going, symbiotes? Welcome to my Venom review. Now, this review is going to be, I guess, a spoiler-free one, because as you may have heard about this film, there's a lot of controversy in the air about, like, is this film bad? Because critics have been saying, oh, this is a bad film. The film, it really isn't great. It borderline, some people are saying it's trash. Is it good? Or is it okay? Or is it bad? What's my opinion there? I think... And this is the interesting thing, because there's a lot of people on Twitter that I follow, fellow YouTubers, friends, just people I respect, people's opinions I want to know about, just like some of you guys are watching this video, because you want to know my opinion. What do I think? Where do I fall in all of that? I don't think this film is bad, but that doesn't mean that this film isn't... No, that doesn't mean that this film is great. That doesn't mean that this film is phenomenal. That doesn't mean that this film is like, I don't know, think of a solo comic book movie of yours or something like that, liken it to Venom, or, you know, of what your hopes would be, and you put it in a Blu-ray player several times or something like that. This isn't that, but it isn't like what some people are saying, Catwoman bad, or like really garbage or something like that. But that doesn't mean I'm giving this film a pass. It just means that before I saw this film, I thought, when I first saw the trailers, I thought, like, Tom Hardy, I wish, man, they should have saved him for Logan or something like that, because obviously Hugh Jackman left that role, and I thought, okay, but still, you know, a Venom film. Tom Hardy, brilliant actor. I love him. I love him in so many different things. And him being in this, I thought, okay. But when that trailer came out, you know, where we got the first proper look, him riding on a motorcycle, doing all the symbiote attacks, things like that, I thought, this film, it looks like okay. It looks like, and I didn't let this influence me not having like an open mind going into the movie theater when I saw it today. But I did think, okay, and I even tweeted this out the other day, you know, a few days ago, just saying, I think that this movie might be a 6.5, give or take a little bit, out of 10. Hope I'm kind of wrong, but I think that will be where it lies. Not that there's anything necessarily wrong with a 6.5, because, you know, average being 5 quite literally in the middle, 10 being completely flawless, an amazing movie, and 0 being obviously absolutely fucking terrible. But, you know, 6.5 is like, okay, but at the end of the day, when you're making a movie, what do you want to aim for? Do you want to aim for like the middle, the bottom, or all the way up here? You want to aim for up here. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, and I'm pretty sure you're getting my vibe by now, is that this film is underwhelming in terms of what you want it to be, because obviously Venom and Tom Hardy, it has a lot of hype, you know, behind the movie when you're just thinking about Venom. Personally for me, it didn't the whole time, but I know there's a lot of you guys out there who have been hyped seeing this film, but I have no way, not once, and well, before the trailer came out, granted, but since the earliest trailers came out, I was just like skeptical, very apprehensive, extremely so. But as I said, didn't impact my mind going in there. And what can I say about it in terms of when I went in there, especially thinking it might be like a around average film, it came out better than what I thought, like seriously, and it surprised me, because I think I had this feeling with Justice League, and I was like, you know, hoping for what I experienced today with that film. And no, I came out so much worse than what I thought with that film. But this, I was like, holy crap. But I was like, oh my god, you know, I'm pleasantly surprised. But that doesn't mean there's not, like, the failings of the film. And what I mean by failings doesn't mean the film's a failure. I'm not stating that. I'm saying there's multiple different things that let it down, but there's also good parts as well. So let's just talk about the humor. This film tries to be quite funny. I kind of respect it. I don't think they go overboard, but the jokes, or should I just say the humor in general, is very hit and miss. Like, there are just some jokes, like, I love all kinds of humor, dark humor, whatever humor, you name it. And there was just some jokes in it that I wouldn't necessarily say were like cringy, because I didn't cringe, but there were some jokes that were said, and I was just like watching the movie, eating whatever snack I was eating, and I was like, okay. But then there were some jokes that made me laugh, so take that as you will there. Now, as for Tom Hardy as Venom, he did, you know, Tom Hardy's a great actor. I think he pulled it off. It felt like unfamiliar at the same time, but like I kind of got sold. I thought, okay, if they are rolling with this, I like it. I'm not going to spoil the story or anything like that, but the story that Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock and Venom go on was like, it was like an average one. And that's the thing about this film that I keep coming back to. And I feel like anyone you're watching, or whether, you know, you talk to your friends about it, it just comes back to like, it was okay, you know? It was okay. The one thing I will say is that the CGI, it really wasn't that great. Now, obviously, this is a multi-million-dollar movie, so like, I'm not saying it looked like freaking Play-Doh, but I'm saying that it wasn't... The effects, I sometimes ask myself, how do they make a film like this and produce effects that, and I'm not going to say like, oh, it's Terminator, like years and years ago, you know, when the liquid metal is forming. It does remind me of that in a way, but it's not that bad, obviously. But I do think to myself, how and why, when they want this film to be successful, do they not get the people on board or spend enough money to make that look amazing? I just don't get that. Maybe they think a lot of people who see this movie won't care, but people like me, maybe you, that kind of, especially on top of an average film, doesn't make it so great. But however, the action was still really cool. The CGI wasn't. It was fairly consistently bad throughout the, like, well, I wouldn't say bad, but disappointing throughout the film. But there were moments that, like, when you get used to it, it's like, okay, I'm rolling with this CGI now. And, it, you know, the action itself was pretty cool. And yes, the action, you can liken it obviously to a lot of what they show in the trailer. It's just a whole bunch of that. For example, when Tom Hardy like throws up the, you know, the symbiote freaking bubble shield that a load of bullets go into and flings them. It's all really kind of cool stuff like that I like. Yeah, again, I'm not sure how or who is watching this feels let down in the sense of the fact that Sony yet again are creating another thing that isn't strictly connected to the Spider-Verse properly, and how Venom should really have been done that way, and how probably in several years time there will be a bloody recreation of this. I mean, who knows? I'm not saying this concretely, but where they actually introduce Venom in the Spidey film, and it's like, well, here you fucking go. This is how it should have been done. Not saying Tom Hardy's Venom film back then was shit, but it was okay. Just like the Amazing Spider-Man films, I enjoyed those. But here we are now. They're out the way. They've been swept under the rug, and they're gone. And now we've got a new thing. And I just feel like that is what this film is. In terms of buying this afterwards, I guess it's just like, you know, like Kong. I know I'm doing like a weird review here. Like the film Kong. I bought that on 4K. But it's like, is that an amazing film? No. But is it entertaining? Yes. But am I going to watch it loads of times? Not really, and it's in my collection over there. That's what this film is. It's not like, holy shit, I don't know, Deadpool or something. Just liken it to a superhero movie that you like and you can watch again. As I've said earlier in this review, it's not really that. But would you still buy it? Maybe, and maybe I will. But, you know, I really did like the way they portrayed the symbiote relationship between Eddie and Venom, like that commentary throughout the film. As I said, that ties into the humor and stuff, but it was... you know, this universe building they're doing with and everything like that, it is set up, but as I said, I just keep going back to, it's not really connected to Spider-Man properly. Are they really going to keep pursuing this, Sony? When are you going to learn your lesson, kind of thing? But without going too much further into this, Michelle Williams and the other cast, they did their jobs. Like Michelle, like I'm a fan of her work. She was pretty cool. Like, I don't really know much else to say. She wasn't bad, but I guess this is what I mean. Set a tone. That is everything in this film. The cast was okay. Like, film was okay. The effects, well, not so okay, but you know what I mean. Riz Ahmed as Carlton Drake, can link that into the story. He did a kind of good job, but was it anything spectacular? It's more what I'm talking about as the writing here. It's like, these actors were doing their jobs, but was their characters and everything else so interesting? It was, but at a 6.5. I guess that's where I'm going to more or less end it with what I'm going to say now, guys, in this kind of conclusion. Should you spend your money in this film? It's more of a question of, are you tight for money? And do you still going to the movies, but you want to make sure it's a film where you like kind of pretty much enjoy it, and you do listen to the reviews and stuff like that, or videos like this on YouTube. If that's the case, then maybe you should save it. Or if you want to go see another kind of film like A Star Is Born, where personally, right now, I know this is unrelated kind of films, but it's what it's contending with, I would say go see A Star Is Born. That is a phenomenal film. It really is. I've seen it twice. Honestly, I want to reiterate this. That doesn't mean that this film is trash. It's just, you know, this is a Venom movie. This has got Tom Hardy in, and somehow they didn't make it amazing. Even so, though, I am really happy in terms of how pleasantly surprised I was with this film compared to obviously hearing about how bad it was, having my own opinion on the trailer for months leading up to the film, went into it, really kind of like, I wouldn't say really enjoy myself, but like, I enjoyed myself. I was expecting like, I'm just going to say it, like when I was in Justice League, I remember saying, what the fuck is this, out loud. I never thought I'd say that. Not that I didn't enjoy parts in that movie, but I've never done that before, I don't think, with a movie. And maybe I thought I would say that with this, but I didn't. I really didn't. And will I buy this on Blu-ray or something? Yeah, maybe. I guess why not? Like, I would like to sit behind the scenes and maybe like a directorial cut if they're going to include even more gruesome shit in it. Like, why not? But anyway, guys, I would love to know what you think about Venom down in the comments below. I guess please use the spoiler tag or something like that if you know, you're going to post and you want to talk spoilers. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope it didn't give you a negative. I tried to be quite objective about it because I didn't want to shit on this film because I didn't think it deserved it. But I didn't want to praise this film for something that it isn't and pretend that, oh, all the critics are bad. This film is amazing. Don't listen to them. Whilst you shouldn't listen to necessarily the ones that are saying it's trash, you still need to understand that this film isn't going to be absolutely fucking amazing because it just isn't. But it's not trash. So it's in the middle at a solid 6.5 for me. But anyway, guys, subscribe for more videos just like this on all kinds of comic book nerdy pop culture kind of stuff. Links, as always, are in the description down below. But yeah, guys, are you going to see Venom? I have no idea if you can see that, if it's too bright. Let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.